hitvāpriyo bhavati, kiṃnu hitvā na śocati, kiṃnu hitvā'rthavānbhavati, lomaṃ kiṃnu hitvā sukhī bhavet. So the first two questions we have seen, the second two we have to see. So, kiṃnu hitvā, giving up what? What is it that we have to give up in order to become arthavān? Arthavān means one who is economically stable. Okay? In the modern context, who is the one that is economically stable? The one who doesn't misuse the credit card. Right? That is how it is. This credit card is very dangerous thing it is. Means you can spend the money which you have yet to earn. That is the credit card. So people should not have credit cards. They should only have debit cards so that they can earn, they can spend the money which already they have earned. Anyway, so that is one meaning, ārthavānbhavati. But then in the context of Vedanta, you have to go one step further. That is, artha is purushartha, which is moksha. So what is it? That by giving up which we gain moksha. Okay? The answer is, kāmaṃ hitvā'rthavānbhavati. By giving up desire, you become eligible for moksha. So about these desires, my understanding I am presenting before you. You know it very well, but the topic came, so we have to cover the topic properly. So, in the world, they encourage you to have desires. That is what the corporate world does. You should have more desires. They push people into desires. That is how the world operates. And the person who is fulfilling more and more desires is considered a successful person. And the society calls such a person successful. And he is not successful, he is suffering. And he is sick very soon. In the middle age itself, the people become sick because of this kind of ambition and sense pleasures. So the society pushes people in that direction, the world. And you should be very cautious about it. You should not fall prey to the social conditioning. There is a thing called social morality. Did you hear it? Social morality consists of make more money, spend it and enjoy more pleasures. That is how the society looks at it. And social morality is no morality at all. You should not go by social ethics and social morality, because they are not ethics, they are not morality. For example, to do anything, you have to give some bribe. Without giving some bribe, you cannot accomplish anything. Suppose that is the morality, that is the kind of ethics you follow, then what kind of ethics it is? It is not valid ethics. At the society level, at the government level, if that is the ethics, what a pitiable thing it is. Therefore, in life, we should not be guided by social morality. We should be guided by understanding of the truth, not by social morality. Then come to the religion. The religion, it really corrupts people's mind. So the religion, it promotes desires. In fact, I feel very sad when I see all this, and when I mention it, I feel hesitant also, and people may not like it. What happened is, in recent times, I saw this crisis in religion. It's a crisis. The religion is presented before people as a means of fulfilling their desires. That is how it is presented. That is not the way religion has to be followed. So, If religion encourages you to worship wealth, to worship, make a god out of wealth and worship that god, that is a very unfortunate thing it is. So the religion gets corrupted. So the religion practices what is called appeasement. So what they say is, so they tell, they have a form, some image. You worship this image for 3 days, all your desires will be fulfilled. Is it so? Is it so? So, suppose some difficulty came in life, some difficulty. Then immediately all the people come together and start chanting some silly verses, and the verses promise that all your difficulties will be gone by chanting these verses. Half a dozen of them. Very silly verses, made up verses, not any authentic, and that too chanting wrongly, not properly. So you can, there is no substance in it, there is no value in it, there is no worth in it. You just chant it and assume that your desires will be fulfilled. Why are you assuming like that? Because somebody has put that into your head. These religious heads, the icons of religion, they put such things into your head. Therefore, the religion, it's a corruption in the religion. That's why religion becomes very weak. It cannot stand before other religions. It becomes weak. And the other religious people come with the same trick. They say, in your religion, the desires are not getting fulfilled. Is it not so? Whereas come to our religion, the desires will be fulfilled much better. That is the bait they offer, and people fall for it. The ground is prepared by this religion. This ground is prepared by making people desire worshippers. They worship their desires, you know that. Nobody worships God. They worship their desires. You are worshipping a god of good health. Means you have a desire for good health and you are worshipping that desire. You are worshipping the god of wealth. Means you are worshipping, you desire wealth and so you are worshipping your desire. Please understand, you are not worshipping any god. There is no god. You are only worshipping your desire. And the religious heads, they promote this. So most of the time, the religious heads, there is a name given to it. It is called priestcraft. The word craft has two meanings. One is the mechanism of rituals. The person knows the mechanism, the know-how of rituals. That know-how is called priestcraft. And then the word craft means cunningness. That is the second meaning. For a person is a crafty person means a very cunning guy. Crafts means some goods which are made with hand, etc. They are called crafts, you know. That is the skill. So the word craft has a pun. Skill as well as cunning. The priestcraft applies both. That is what I have tried to say. And therefore, so they promote the desires. Very sad, very unfortunate. You see, if you know the Silk Route, on one end of the Silk Route is Hinduism, on the other side is Christianity, and in between there is Buddhism also, in the Silk Route. And you look at the stories associated with desires. In Hinduism, Shiva, the god, destroys, turns kāmaṃ, the desire, into ashes. You know the story. So kāmaṃ is the personified desire personified. And so Shiva looks at him, he opens the third eye. The third eye is the eye of wisdom. And you have it, you can open it. But you don't want to open, God bless you, but if you want to open, you can. Because it is jnana netram. And if you open that eye, the desire gets vanished. Before the power of understanding, desire cannot stand. It has no chance. That is the symbolism. So Shiva opens his third eye, And immediately, Kama, the god of desires, is also a god. Kama is, everybody is a god. Kama is the god of desire. And his name itself in Sanskrit, Kamaha, desire. Kamaha, the god of desire. That is the word. And then put Devaha, Kama Devaha. Now Pakka, desire God, desire God. It is symbolic. You have to understand the symbolism. So Shiva is doing tapas. What is tapas? That is all Kalidasa described it. Tapas means Shiva. We all worship Shiva mentally. We all meditate upon Shiva mentally. Shiva is meditating. On whom will he meditate now? The answer is Atma. Atmanishṭha. He abides in himself, the true self, that is the meditation. And then the Kama, the god of desires, arrives on the scene. He wants to disturb him. He has arrows. These arrows are made of flowers. Flower arrows they are. So Pushpabana. And so he has 5 of them. Means 5 best possible flower in the spring season or whatever. And so he takes one of those arrows and hits Shiva with those arrows. And Shiva's meditation or his tapas, austerity is disturbed. Don't you see the symbolism associated with it? And then Shiva opens the eye and looks around. What is it that has disturbed my meditation? My Atmanishṭha. Then he sees this god of desire hiding behind a plant. So he is hiding behind flowery plants. So he saw it. Then immediately he opened the third eye. The fire jumped out of his eye and covered that plants behind which he is hiding, turned everything to ashes, including Kama. Bhasma avashesham madanam chakara. That is the verse. So, bhavanetra janma, the fire which is born, came out of Shiva's eye, converted him, changed him into a bundle of ashes. This is the story. Now you come to Buddha's story. Buddha is also on the same silk route, you know. Buddha, in there the word kama is not used. Maraha is used. In Sanskrit, kamaha and maraha are synonyms. Okay, kamyate iti kamaha, you desire it and therefore he became the god of desire. Marta hai, isliye maraha. In Hindi, marta hai. In English also, Mars. M-A-R, verb. What is the meaning of M-A-R, verb? To destroy. What English and Sanskrit same. Maraha, the destroyer. And so there the desire is personified as Maraha. And this Mara comes to Buddha. Buddha is performing his austerity, Mara comes. This Mara comes with Gana Bhajana and dance and all that. That is Maraha. Maraha, I tell you, it is a restaurant, bar and cabaret. That is the Maraha. 3. That is the Maraha. In Ramayana also you have all the 3. Bharadvaja gives food to all the people. That is the restaurant. And then in Lanka, Hanuman sees restaurant, bar and cabaret. And restaurant and bar alone is somewhere. So all the 3. So anyway, that is the Maraha. He arrives with Gana Bhajana, with orchestra and all that, and dancers and all that. People are crazy, you know. They don't understand. They don't know what is good for their physical health, what is good for their mental health. They don't understand. And then they complain. You don't have a right to complain. So, therefore, so Mara comes. and presents his Gana Bajana and dance program. Buddha opens the eyes and says, go and do some better work, take care of yourself, don't waste your time before me, and don't waste my time. Something to that effect he told. And then Mara was ashamed and he walked away along with his troop. How is the story? Then come to Jesus in Matthew. So Jesus was talking of God to people. He was preaching glory of God to people. Then Satan, the devil has come. It is said the devil, maybe Satan, I don't know. The devil has come and said, Jesus, come with me. And takes Jesus to the very height of a mountain peak. And on the other side shows a world full of grapes and other sweets, fruits, wonderful eating places, wine and liquors and dance, drama, cabaret, everything he shows. Look at that. Because Jesus was always talking of the kingdom of heaven, then Satan shows him, look at this kingdom. What kingdom of heaven are you talking? Then Jesus, you just check for the details. I remember whatever little I am saying. So he dismisses all of them and dismisses Satan. Go away, don't disturb me. And he goes his way. 3 stories. Don't you see? Those 3 stories are mutually complementing and they must have come from the same origin. Don't you see that? So the desires. So what you learn from these stories? So you have to employ the power of understanding, wisdom, the jnana netra, and destroy the desires. Evening class, therefore I am telling some story. Okay? And also, I have seen this corruption in Vedanta circles. You can expect me to say that also. I am saying it all the time. I have seen this is corruption, and it enters into Vedanta circles. Because the gurus of Vedanta, somehow, I don't know why they do this, why don't they follow the text? They don't have pramana buddhi on the text. So, kāmaṃ hitvā'rthavānbhavati, by giving up desire. Now, why should you interpret it? You need not interpret it. It is obvious, you know. Prajahati yada kāmaṃ. It is obvious, you know. If you have any doubt, you look at Shankara's bhashya there. So it is obvious, you know. So no doubt is left that you have to give up the desires. If you have pramana buddhi on the shastra, that is enough to give up the desires. To conclude that we have to give up the desires. Now, how far we will become successful or not, that comes later. But first, the vision must be correct, you know. If you corrupt the vision itself, then the implementation or its practice becomes even more corrupted, right? So at the vision level, you should not introduce any corruption. Like mathematics. How many marks we should get in mathematics? 100. 100. Not getting 100 marks is not a crime. But not aiming at 100 marks is a crime. You got it? Therefore, when Shruti says, yada sarve pramuchyante kāma yesya yudhiṣṭhiraha yada sarve pramuchyante kāma yesya yudhiṣṭhiraha athamartyo mruto bhavati atra hyatra, he is there. Hyatra brahma samasnyute, Prahadharanyaka. So, when all the desires in your mind vanish away, desires are not located in Atma. That is a saving grace. It is not in you. It is in the mind. Okay? When all the desires in the mind are given up, then what happens? The mortal becomes immortal. Atha, then and there. The mortal becomes immortal. And atra means asmin loke, in this world. Asmin dehe, in this body. Brahma samasnyute, he gains Brahman. That is what it says. And so the Shruti is very clear. It is the desire which comes in the way. You put the desire away and become desireless. You have made it. You have arrived already. That's why it is said, desirelessness is godliness. Okay? So, therefore, Shruti, the Shastra is very clear about it. Now, you should not corrupt it. Now, we all admit that we are human beings, we have our weakness, and we understand the vision and try to live up to that. You should not bring it down to your level. Now, introduce all kinds of clever interpretations, clever and cunning, like ABCD of desires. What do you mean by ABCD of desires? Why do you want ABCD of desires? So the waste basket, the waste, you want to analyze and study and make a list of the waste, just put it there and they will take it away. ABCD of desires. There is something, I don't know what is it. Then desires are binding. Desires bind. No, there are two kinds of desires. Binding desires, non-binding desires. Now you have introduced corruption into it. Means you have to give up only non-binding desires. Only binding desires you have to give up. Non-binding desires you have to keep. I want a diamond ring. Is it binding desire or non-binding desire? It is non-binding desire. A young girl in Chennai, father is some officer in the government. She was going to the college or university, very studying well. She came home and told her mother, I want a diamond ring. Why? What happened to you? Coming from college, what is this? My friends in the college, other girls who are her friends, they were having all diamond rings, I don't have. Only I am left out without a diamond ring. I want a diamond ring. Then the lady, what she will say, you ask your father, he will come in another half an hour, ask him. Then the father came. She presented, I want a diamond ring. How much it will cost? 1 lakh rupees it costs minimum in India. 1 lakh minimum. The father told, no, we don't have that money. Also, you don't need a diamond ring now. And then father told, you should not come out with such desires. Then you know what that girl told? Maharaj told that you can have such desires. That is what she told. Maharaj told. Can you believe it? So this Maharaj has put fire in the house, right? He took bhiksha and put this thing there and went away, his way. Maharaj should not tell such things. That too for these young people. So this kind of a corruption has come into the teaching. You should not entertain that, because fulfillment of desires has no end. Because fulfillment is constantly seeking other forms of fulfillment. You know that? You fulfill one desire, then immediately within 3 minutes, 3 minutes is the limit, within 3 minutes that fulfillment, it will create another form of fulfillment. Means you need another thing to fulfill that. Therefore, the fulfillment of desires is an endless road and very destructive road. And you cannot retrieve the steps easily. Very dangerous it is. Because a desire is constantly seeking further objects. And as students of Vedanta, you should know one thing. When your heart is full, means you have no desires. That is what is meant by heart is full. When your heart is full, you look for truth. Then only you look for truth. When your heart is half full or empty, means full of desires, then you don't look for truth. Are you looking for truth when you go to God? Are you worshipping God for understanding the truth? No, you are not doing that. Are you going to mathas, ashrams, temples, etc., and to the religious leaders and gurus? Are you going to understand the truth, to discover the truth? as a search for the truth? No. You are going to all these things only to fulfill the desires. People are not looking for truth at all. They are looking for fulfillment of desires only. And so, when your heart is full, on the other hand, you look for truth to everywhere. And when your heart is full, you see the beauty of the plant, the flower, the tree, the piece of cloud in the sky, and the birds in the sky. You discover the beauty in all of them. Only when your heart is full, not when there are desires lingering in your heart. So, and one more thing, when your heart is full, you see the joys of the people, the smiles of the people, and the sorrow of the people. People are very sorrowful. They suffer. Their sorrows you will be able to see. Their smiles you will be able to see. You will be able to recognize an unhappy old man, and you can feel sympathy or whatever you call it. Only when your heart is full. When your heart is full of desires, you don't see any of these things. And therefore, you have to examine this issue of desires. People, they assume that they know the world. You don't know the world, because you put yourself in the net of desires. You are caught in the net of desires, like a fish inside the net. That is how we sit inside the net of desires, and through that net we look at the world. And the world that you see is distorted by your desires. So, we always interact with the world through the net of desires. And that's why we see the world divided into pleasure and pain, all opposites, right and wrong, inner and outer. So you do not see Brahman anywhere. It is Brahman, but you do not see Brahman. Therefore, convert this Brahman into a concept and put it in some corner of the brain cells. So, as long as you look at the world through the net of desires, you will not see the real world. You will only see the world shown to you by this net. So, to see the world as it is, the universe as it is, to see the universe as it is, you have to step out of this net of desires. Now, I am giving an example to make a point, nothing more. I don't have anything against anybody or anything. Suppose our friend brings a telescope and shows the planets. It happened last time. He put the telescope outside there. In the evening, we have seen Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. Four things we have seen. We have seen all the four. Many of you must have seen. I have seen myself. When you see those planets, suppose you see the planets through the net of desires. Means the Saturn is opposite towards my desires. The Guru is in favor of my desires. Like that you see through telescope. What kind of planets you will be able to see? Don't you see that? Whereas in your heart, there are no superstitions. All superstitions came from desires only. Why nobody likes Shani? What is wrong with Shani? I have seen Shani, the most beautiful planet it is. Most beautiful planet with the rings and all that. Amazing planet. What is wrong with it? It is wrong, this planet is wrong because we are looking at it through the net of our desires. And what is the net? The Shani is a very spoil sport. He will spoil my desires. He will not cooperate for my desires. That is the conditioning. And now you look at this Shani. Your heart skips a beat. Shani. And suppose you are looking at Venus. Oh, Venus, very good planet. Suppose this guy is in love with some lady. She is not looking at him. Then he looks at Venus. Maybe if I worship Venus, she will be more kind to me. That is how he looks at it. So you now understand. You do not look at stars with the desire. There is a thing like that. The desireless clarity. There is a thing like that. You do not look at stars and planets also with desireless clarity. You see, look at them through the net of desires. That is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That's why now the stars are of three kinds. Many of you may not know. So Deva Nakshatra, Rakshasa Nakshatra, and Manushya Nakshatra. How many nakshatras you know? 27. That's all. There is some meaning in all that. I am not opposite to that. But on a clear night, when the sky is very clear, with the naked eye, if you put a counter and look at the stars and count, you can see 4,000 to 5,000 stars. With the naked eye on a clear night sky. What is this 27? Where from you got it? Means those rishis, they have gazed the stars, understood their movement and all that, found certain groups of stars and sometimes single stars also as somewhat constant in their location, etc. And they gave some name to it, Sanskrit name, and they have chronicled it. And our knowledge of stars was frozen there and did not move 1 inch forward. It was frozen there. You update your understanding. You keep your 27. I am not against it. But you update your understanding. The ones who talked about the 27 in their time, they were far ahead of their time. They were great scientists of their times. But then science will not be frozen. Science is ever moving forward, and we people stopped moving forward. We were frozen. That's why we always count 27. And out of these 27, Mola is a bad nakshatra. And therefore, if there is a young man, Mola, so his nakshatra is bad. He has to do some atonement ritual. Shanti karma. Atonement ritual he has to do. And if the young girl is Mola, the parents hide it. They won't tell. Because Mola is just one day, the Mola changes. Nakshatra, it changes. And in some almanacs, it is Mola, and in some other almanac, it is next nakshatra. Dhanishta Mola, something next, whatever it is. And therefore, you choose the almanac that suits your interest and put aside the other almanac. What is all this problem? Because we look at the stars through the superstitions created by the desires. Don't you see how the desires distort the thinking? Now, with such a distorted thinking, you want to understand Brahma? No way. So, and one more thing, people do not know what they want. That's why they desire all kinds of wrong things. What you want in love is peace, not party. What you want is peace, not party is what? Noise, ill health, and ragadvesha, attachment and aversion. Go to the party and come back. Make some friends and make some enemies at the same time. Go to the marriage function. They take a flight and go to India for marriage, and they return from India dead tired in the marriage function and all that, and also having a new set of friends and foes. And they will be talking about these friends and foes for the coming 3 months, or till the next marriage session occurs. So, people, they don't even know what they want. What you want is peace, and what you want is love, not desired things, not the things of the world. What you want is love. Love is God. Happiness, that is what you want. But people work hard to create pain, to create hatred and then conflict. That is how they do. So, because their desires are like that. People want longevity and overeat. If you want longevity, you should eat less, you should not overeat. It is like you want your car to be with you for 10 years, then run it moderately. Don't run 10,000 miles per week, like a hired car. If you run 10,000 miles per week, left and right, then you cannot keep it for long. You have to throw it aside after 4 years or 5 years. Body is also same thing. You go on putting fuel into it, it will get worn out, So, people want a friend. You see, you want love at home, but you exploit the spouse. You should not do that. So, all contradictions you have to get rid of. And the desires produce all these contradictions. How the contradictions will go away? Your very seeing the contradiction as contradiction will take it out. Therefore, you should be very cautious about these desires. You should not become a victim of desires. You see, I would say like this, people's lives are not normal, they are abnormal. Why abnormal? Because what is normal with your desires? Your desires are abnormal. There is nothing normal about the desires. So, when the desires themselves are abnormal, then the actions prompted by the desires become abnormal, and therefore what is normal in life? There is nothing normal. So, you see, if I give an example, it doesn't sound always nice. So, you see, you have to think clearly and deeply and go into the entire structure of desires and their ramifications. The desires will have ramifications. So you have to go into the structure of all of that. So, you see, the desires that people have are the most important aspect of their mental structure and setup. The mind has a construct, and the most important aspect of the psychological construct is desires. Therefore, the emotional makeup, people's emotional makeup is dictated by the desires. Therefore, they alter your actions very powerfully. They powerfully alter the actions of people, the desires, you know that. They powerfully alter the actions. If I give you examples, you will be surprised. Sometimes the examples are also, may not be enjoyable also. You see, you have to understand the entire structure of the mind. And the desire, the havoc that the desires are creating in the mind, you have to understand. Then you can go beyond the mind into Atma, the understanding of the self. Therefore, so a life obsessed by desires, and the desires followed by fears, always fears will be there. So such a life, nothing normal about that life, because in that life there is so much of strife and struggle. The moment you have desire, so much of strife and struggle. People have to think about it. And when you have desires, life will not have any joy left in it. And the actions that are prompted by the desires are utterly meaningless. It just doesn't work. You see, if you see some of these things, you will be stunned. A person has a desire. The desire is, he started a company. So what is the company? Real estate. Like realtor here. Here realtor, it is a decent profession, I suppose. And it goes according to the rules and regulations, and you can make money if you have that intelligence and all that. But in India, real estate is a very funny profession it is. All corrupt. You have to give bribes everywhere. Truth is not mentioned even one time. So they don't speak the truth at all. They give a go-by to the truth. And very crafty, cunning, all that you have to do. And he started that business as if there is no other better business than that. And now to make it success, he is performing a big worship, puja. And in that puja, somebody told him, there is that such a somebody in Hyderabad, told him, if you worship some devata, some new devata, this devata became popular in my childhood. I did not know that devata. This devata he has discovered from some God-forsaken scripture, which nobody knows, like Parashara Samhita, he says, nobody knows. People know Ramayana, Mahabharata, Gita, no, not anywhere. Some funny place he brings a ritual and brings a new devata also. And funny. And then worship that devata. Your business will grow leaps and bounds. And to worship that devata, you have to perform a homa with chilies. Chili homa. They do that. Very popular. Consultation fee 2,500. Just a consultation. And he recommends what kind of chili homa has to be done. How much a number, 108 or 1,008, it depends upon the desire. And your ability to pay also quite often. And then that what he recommends, he only arranges. You cannot do it independent of him. You do not know also, only he knows what is there to know. But then you have to pay 100,000 to get your desire fulfilled. And the person is performing that. What is normal with that? Is there anything normal in it? Is it the most abnormal ritual? Most craziest ritual, most abnormal ritual. The actions people perform out of desires. Most abnormal. Very sad. Therefore, there is nothing normal. You see, suppose you have a healthy body, suppose. You live mostly above the threshold of body consciousness. When you are healthy, you are not body conscious at all. You live beyond the threshold of body consciousness. Okay? Same thing with mind. When our mind is pure, you do not even know the movement of the mind. You go beyond the mind so easily. But when the mind is full of desires, the corruption, they will be bothering you, haunting you all the time. Therefore, but there is one saving grace. The saving grace is, it may sound a bit odd, please bear with me. Suppose the person is overeating, not eating properly, then he becomes sick. Some blood test. That is a warning sign. He should heed the warning. The blood test is a warning. You should heed immediately the warning. Oh, sugar is 190. So warning is given. Take the warning and you recalibrate your eating habits. You should do that, right? Similarly, you look into your life. Do you have strife, conflict, struggle in your life? Means there is something wrong with your psyche. It is ridden with desires. That is the wrong. There is no other wrong. Fear comes from desire only. You have too many undesirable desires in your mind. All desires are undesirable. I don't want to create again a division like that. Too many desires. That is the test, like blood test it is. Too many desires, you are entertaining too many desires in your mind. That's why there is a strife, struggle and conflict in your life. That is like blood test. So, therefore, then if you heed the warning, why there is conflict in my life? That is the warning. If you heed the warning, you will give up the desires and the life becomes again normal. So, people have to understand all these things. So, then, finally, I will discuss it this way. Do you want to realize the self or not? You want to realize the self. If you want to realize the self, you have to put the worldly things aside and look within. And when you look within, you will be looking outside only, then there is no self. Outside it is all mithya jagat. There is no self in it. You have to look within. When you look within, you encounter body, you have to go deeper. You encounter the mind, you have to go deeper. And you have to go deeper than the thought process. That is one way of putting it. You can also describe it as beyond. Beyond also you can say. It is not physical deeper and physical beyond. You know the spirit of it. So this deeper experience of oneself as the pure being, spaceless and timeless, that is your true self. That you have to experience, right? You have to know it first hand. Or is it enough to have an expression about it and put in the head? You have to know it first hand. That is what is called direct perception of the truth. If such a thing you want, if that is what you are looking for, then a mind ridden with desires will not help at all. It will block. The mind filled with desires blocks the deeper experience of the truth. It will not allow you to go deeper. The desires are like that. Then, you see, how to know that the desire is bad, etc. What is bad, what I should not desire, how to know? I will give you a thumb rule. The thumb rule is, whatever your mind desires, you don't need it. That is the thumb rule. Because the truth, the beauty, the spiritual beauty, love, peace, happiness, they are not in the domain of the mind. They are in a domain which is deeper than the mind. And mind wants something, immediately you should question it. Mind wants something, you should immediately question. Suppose mind wants diamond ring, you should question. Why should I need diamond ring? What is diamond? You should question all that. Mind wants to perform a ritual. Why should I perform that ritual? Is it kamya karma or nitya karma? You have to question it. So, why should I do the homa with chilies? The Vedic wisdom is homa with twigs, dry twigs, or with butter, clarified butter. That is how Vedic wisdom is. What is this chili homa? You should question it. You have to question. You should not yield to the mind's projections. You know one thing, I'll tell you, same thing I am putting, whatever the mind can visualize is false. So why do you need it? Why do you desire it? First the mind has to visualize, this is so. Heaven. What is heaven? Something your mind visualizes. You don't need it. It has no value. What you should seek is the highest truth, which is Atma. You should seek highest happiness, which is Atma. You should seek the deepest love, which is Atma. That is what you should seek, not all kinds of desires. So, do you hear this mantra, Bhidyate Hridaya Granthihi? The knot. Knot is a knot, K-N-O-T. The K-N-O-T. Okay, not N-O-T, not. The knot of the heart. Hridaya Granthihi. You know what is the knot of the heart? Desire. Do you know what is a knot? Knot. In the body, if you have a knot, that is cancer. That is the growth. It resembles a knot. That is cancer in the body. Just I am giving a general example. Same way, the cancer of the mind is desire. Because it's a knot. And when you know the truth, the knot will vanish. Vidyate. It will vanish by itself. You don't need to do anything about it. Vidyate is a kartru karma prayoga. So it vanishes by itself. What is it that vanishes? The knot. So who makes the knot vanish? Knot. Okay, so it vanishes by itself. It dissolves away. Therefore, you should not go after the desires. What is wrong with a desire? Let me desire a thing and enjoy it. So what happens is, you desire a thing and enjoy it, then the desiring faculty gets refined. Now it wants better desire, better things, a better thing you want. So it gets sharpened and you want better and better and better. That is how you go into this world and lose sight of the truth and become lost in this samsara. Therefore, you should not go for desires. I have said enough, I suppose. Then kāmaṃ hitvā'rthavānbhavati. Then the next thing, there is some more also we can discuss about these desires really. You see, the desires and fears, they dull the mind. Desires followed by fears. Unless there is a desire, you don't have a fear. There is fear only when there is desire. So, why people are afraid? Because they desire. They are afraid of death. Why? Because they desire to live. Suppose one declares, I need not live. I lived enough, I need not live. In any case, it is not I who lives. It is the body which lives and it is the body which dies. I neither live nor die. Then there is no desire to live longer. Therefore, desires and fears, they dull the mind. And the mind needs some scrubbing, I tell you. And how to purify the mind? Again the same thing. You have to relentlessly watch the mind. To put it in a nutshell, inattention obscures the truth, whereas attention to the mind liberates. So, if you see the people of the world, most of their activities are valueless. Most of the activities. They have no value. They will be creating their own misery. So that is how the worldly people are. So quite often the activities of the people are outright destructive. They destroy their life, their own lives. That is how that kind of activities they undertake. Because of desires. All of that is desires. So people's lives are dominated by desire and fear. When life is dominated by desire and fear, they can do nothing good. They'll be doing some useless things only. Therefore, you see, people want to do good, some philanthropy, this and that. But before you start doing good, stop doing bad. At least be meaningful. So, No, I want to do charity. Okay, you will do charity, but stop being uncharitable in life. That is the first condition it is. Give up desires. Stop these evil practices. Then you can do good. What these people do, you know, they do business and they perform all kinds of evil practices, wrong practices. They don't pay taxes, this and that. They cheat public, they cheat the government, everything they does, and give some charity and philanthropy, and give certain percentage to God. Don't you see this? This what kind of a corruption it is? They give a bribe to God, you know that? They bribe the God. Shamelessly bribe the God. And then they want to purchase the God with gold and cash. Therefore, you see, I would suggest stop desires for a while. Stop activities based on desires for a while. Give a go-by. Investigate the desires that were there. You stop and then investigate. Investigate the motives for all the works that you do. See so much of falsehood has accumulated in life. See that. Purge the mind of all bad things, of all desires. And once you do this kind of purging, then start life again. Make a fresh start. Do things that you need to do. Like that. That naturally, that begins with one's duties. Because the duty is one thing which has nothing to do with desire. Okay? In India, in those days, they said, here, suppose somebody is going to do his job. Where are you going? I am going to work. That is what they say. In India, they used to say, I am going to duty. That is the language. The language is not going to make anything great, but if the spirit is also understood, that is great. Therefore, if you have a chance to help somebody, by all means do it. By all means do it. You do it promptly also. Because his problem cannot wait till you become normal and all that. So do it. But you need not become a professional do-gooder. First, look into your mind and purge the mind of all desires and fears. So, you see, when there is desire, immediately there is conflict. Okay? So, you lead a life of conflict when you have never-ending desires in life. Therefore, you have to examine every single desire, and so also we identify with a speck of a body. Body is like a speck of a particle, nothing more than that. We identify with it, and then we want things to be perfect for us. It will not be. When you identify with a speck of the body, how things will be perfect. Therefore, this is a very deeper malaise. So people have to understand, and I sincerely feel you start life by giving up desires. No desires. Desires include expectations and anticipations. Do not expect anything from anybody. You do whatever you have to do yourself, you do it. Don't expect anything from others. Okay? Suppose I start some charity, and therefore all of you give a donation. You know what will happen? I will get donations. And I will go back with the donations, empty-hearted. Because the donations are never up to the desired extent. Never. I have seen a Mahatma bemoaning that I have done so much service, people are not donating properly, this and that. Look at that. How much they should donate? Suppose they donate $100,000, is it enough? No, it is not enough even to break the coconut and start the project. Very, very bad game it is. You do whatever good work you want to do, you do within your resources, that is enough. Therefore, when you recognize the desire as false, kāmaṃ, mānaṃ, no different from Saturn. You desire it, you understand it that desirelessness comes to you without any effort. Because in the depth you are desireless. Atma is full. Fullness, another name for fullness is desirelessness. Fullness means you do not experience any want. In English, this word I liked, want. Want has two meanings. Want is something you lack, and want means something you desire. They go together. You want and therefore you want. Right? It's a good word. Therefore, when you see the wants, the desires as false, the desirelessness comes automatically. You need not struggle with the desire to get rid of it. Only you have to see the falsehood of it. But the obstacles to seeing the falsehood is the social morality. That is an obstacle. Because the society says you have all your desires, you are a successful person. Person is going by bicycle and somebody else, he goes fast by the side in an Impala car. And this person was told by the society, you are useless. So what should I do to become useful? You should also desire and acquire an Impala car. That is what the society tells. What kind of morality it is? The society should have told him, you are blessed. He is an unhappy person. You are blessed. Your bicycle and you are blessed. That is what society should tell. Right? Therefore, you see, you need not struggle with desires. That is not what I am saying. After the class is over, you feel struggling, oh, I have to get rid of desires. You need not to struggle. You have to see the falsity of desires. There is very simple. You take it as a thumb rule. You just do not need whatever you desire. You need some food. So, bhikshacharyam charanti. Therefore, so by giving, you need not struggle with desire. What I said is not a struggle. You can readily do it. Only understanding. In Vedanta, it is all like that. Not like the yoga, hatha yoga. I mean hatha yoga, or in the religion. In the religion, so God told you not to desire. Therefore, I should not desire. But he has desire. And he has pressure. Like that, there is conflict. That is how it ends up. No, not like that. You understand. The falsity, it will go away. Therefore, kāmaṃ hitvā'rthavānbhavati. Then when you say kāma, then it follows by lobha also. Lobha is greed. We will come to the lobha. And in the meanwhile, let me see one or two questions. Nirakara. This is the question. You see, I always suggest you be simple, not only outwardly, but also in your thought process. Don't be so complex. You should be simple. You don't make things complex for you. So, it is better, there are gray areas, better to have black and white. But there are some gray areas where you are born to be complex. It is not straightforward. But as far as possible, clarity of thinking is very essential. You should be clear and you should be connected to what is the truth. You should be connected to the truth. You should not become emotional, sentimental about some of these things, and then you should not go into wild imagination. Wild imagination, which has nothing to do with the truth. Such things you should avoid such things. In the world there are like that. People are like that. So, like as you sit here, so Shiva is sitting here, Vishnu is in here, Yakṣapraśnāḥ Swami is here, Baba is here. Kya baat hai? Is it not wild imagination? Don't fall into all that. Be simple, not only outwardly, but also inwardly. Your thought process must be simple. Somebody asked, what is 2 into 3? Is it 6? It depends. Means the thought process is so complex, you see. It should not be like that. It should be simple. Why I am saying, so sometimes the questions, you cannot answer the question, because the thought process that goes into the question is very complex. While explaining Nirakara, in the past 2000 years, people created many names and forms for God. Okay? That is nice. All the forms of God, whether beautiful or scary looking, are present in the collective unconscious as the samskaras. Is it so? Is it so? I don't know. What is this collective unconscious? I don't know what is this collective unconscious. I don't know. We have to go and take some apprenticeship with Freud or whatever. I don't know what is this collective unconscious. Areyappa, why do you want that kind of a... Now I cannot find fault with that language because it sounds very bombastic. And I cannot answer it also because the blessed thing, this collective unconscious, has all these names and forms. I don't know. A person has some funny idea and so he made a temple. You see, there was one Rama's temple, a small temple. Very small temple, a small slab they put underneath in a small room, they put Rama's idol. And they did not make stone walls and all that. So these iron rods are kept, like a grill kind of a temple it is. But to put a few iron rods, you don't need a lot of cement and all that. You can make the temple very easy. Like that kind of a temple. And one bell, ting ting, you do it. And Rama, they put a lamp and people have that love and they go around. So what happened is one time, one parrot came there. Now, what is parrot got to do with Rama? You study Valmiki's Ramayana, nowhere you see parrot. Parrot has nothing to do with Rama. Or you have some special knowledge, I don't know. In Ramayana, there is no parrot. Okay? These are all popular imagination. There is no parrot. Parrot has nothing to do with Rama. But parrot you translate into Telugu. What does it become? Ramachelaka it becomes. Now it has connected with Rama. No connection with Rama. Parrot is as good as a crow as far as Rama is concerned. But crow is not called Rama Kaki. It is just called Kaki. Whereas a parrot is called Ramachelaka. Therefore, so somebody saw it. Hey, Ramachelaka, now it is a devotee of Rama. Is it? Is it a devotee of Rama? You are a devotee of Rama, probably. It's not the parrot. But then he saw, and then he started giving some pomegranate seeds, etc. to the parrot. And the parrot, he is giving food, so he is regularly coming. And therefore he says this temple is a special temple. It is Ramachilaka, a special devotee of Rama, is regularly coming here, and people started offering food, etc. Then, as a mark of respect for that Ramachilaka devotee, he gave donation. He is a well-to-do person, purchased a piece of land by the side and constructed a side temple, one more shrine of a Chilaka temple now it is, parrot temple. And inside there is parrot. And daily one priest. The priest is priest, I told you. He will do same Abhisheka. So Ganesham Avahayami, instead of that, Ramachilaka Avahayami, so he will say that. Blank, you can put anything. This kind of complexity of thinking, it doesn't help. Therefore, is that in the collective consciousness? This parrot is in the collective consciousness? I don't know. Collective unconscious? I don't know. I have a feeling that that person was innocent and also ignorant. Innocence has a value, but ignorance has no value. He is not only innocent but also ignorant, and therefore he imagined something and put it there. And so that has come from the collective unconscious of the last 2000 years, etc. I am not sure about it. Dear sir, be simple. Is that a correct understanding? I am not sure. Be simple. Forget about collective unconscious and all that. How do you think? You examine the reality of the form. So, so study Upanishad or Gita, for example. In Gita, what Sri Krishna is telling, try to understand. And so, all these forms have come from the imagination of individuals, nothing more than that. They are not sitting in any unconscious, all that. You are imagining now. They have imagined forms, you are imagining about their imagination. So not necessary. Are the forms downloaded from there by the persons and rishis? As far as I know, no rishi has talked about any form. Okay, rishis, persons have downloaded forms from their mind, not from unconscious. Downloaded means, are you saying these forms are revealed by some God above? You are imagining too much. This is what is called fertile imagination. So you don't need it. Forms are not real. You please think about it. So, vācārambhanam vikāro nāmatheyam murtiketyeva satyam. So try to understand. And God is essentially formless. Devotees project a form to God and worship out of their own shraddha. We may accommodate to that extent. In a particular small way, we can always accommodate. But if it goes haywire and crosses all kinds of logic and rationality, and it becomes a kind of, all kinds of forms born out of desires and fears are proliferate, that is not the right thing to pursue the religion. That is how I look at it. Then one more question I will answer. You see, there is antahkarana, inner organ. That is one. Inner organ, eyes, ears, outer organ, antahkarana, inner organ. Over. Okay? Now, what is the content of inner organ? Okay, you take ideas, desires, fears, emotions. Then the sense of doership is also content of inner organ only. Antahkarana. The ego is also its content. The sense of enjoyership is also its content. All of that is the content of inner organ, antahkarana. No, you make some divisions, some grades. We need not make it, Upanishad makes it. So what it says, manaha, manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya. Now you don't bring some extra content from outside. Within that antahkarana, whatever content it has, you arrange it into three series or three stages within that antahkarana. So where to put what? So this is how it is put. So emotions and thoughts and feelings and etc. are called manomaya. Knowledge and intellect and sense of doership is called vijnanamaya. sense of enjoyership is called Anandamaya. Over. Now, you see, you can go on arguing about it. Like what? Unless he has a feeling, he cannot have sense of doership, and unless he has doership, he cannot have sense of enjoyership, and therefore in the manaha there is doership also, and there is you can go on arguing like that. Why do you want to argue like that? What is it that you want to achieve? All of it is the content of the inner organ, and they are arranged in a sequence by the Shruti, and you try to understand it and be done with it. So now where will you put doership? Vijnanamaya kosha. Put it there. Vijnanam yajñam tanute karmani tanute picha. Put it there. No. Unless there are some feelings also associated with it, there cannot be doership with it. Why do you want to complicate it like that? Got the point? No?
My confusion is Swami said, bhokta, regarding the bhokta on the other day, Anandamaya is a bhokta.
Bhokta.
Swami said,
Anandamaya is bhokta.
Anandamaya is also bhokta.
Now, when mind becomes antahkarana, then manomaya becomes bhokta. Okay? Bhokta is also in the mind only. So make the mind antahkarana, then where is bhokta? In the mind. Manomaya becomes bhokta. You can connect like that. Because bhokta of what? Sukha dukkha. Where are sukha dukkha in the mind? Therefore bhokta is connected to the mind. That is not the point. The point is, you have purposefully decided to arrange the content of the mind into 3 levels, and these are the levels. And keep them like that. And when manaha, chittam, or in antahkaranam, such words are used, they include all of it, be satisfied with that. Okay? Om Purnamada Purnamidam